Arthur's Puppet Theater presents Cinderella. Welcome to Arthur's Puppet Theater, where you choose what happens. First, choose who's playing each part. Who do you want to play the lead role?
Naturally.
Who should be the fairy helper? Hey, thanks! Who should be the prince?
Yes!
And that means DW is the narrator.
Cool!
And now, on with the show!
Arthur's Puppet Theater presents Cinderella, as directed by you. Once upon a time, there was a young lady named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother and stepsisters, who happened to be of the evil sort. They made her do chores all day, and she was never allowed to have any fun. One night, Cinderella's stepfamily went to the royal ball. As usual, Cinderella had to stay home and clean. Suddenly, a fairy inventor appeared.
Ha ha! I'm here!
Ah! I mean, who are you?
Why, I'm your fairy inventor. My science project for today is to get you to the royal ball.
Then the fairy inventor aimed her transcombobulator at Cinderella and said,
Fasten your seatbelt, this could be a bumpy ride. Wha-bam!
And quicker than you could say fashion makeover, Cinderella's rags turned into a beautiful movie star dress.
Darling, it's spectacular! I'm ready for the red carpet.
The fairy inventor aimed her transcombobulator again and said,
I hope this works. Last time half the kingdom lost power. Kapow!
And in the blink of an eye, Cinderella's old shoes transformed into space boots.
Wow! These are the future of fashion!
Finally, the fairy inventor aimed her transcombobulator at a pumpkin and said,
I usually work with potatoes, but this'll have to do. Ba-boom!
And right before Cinderella's eyes, the pumpkin transformed into a rocket ship.
It's heavenly, darling! Perfect for a star like me!
Hey, it worked! That's surprising. Oh, by the way, the warning label says you must return by midnight, or else. Well, I have to transcombobulate out of here. Bada bing, bada boom!
Cinderella couldn't believe it. She was finally gonna have some fun. She entered the rocket ship, counted 3, 2, 1, blast off! And flew to the royal ball. Cinderella was very excited as she entered the castle, and she soon caught the eye of none other than Prince Megastar. He walked up to Cinderella and asked,
Darling, you look almost as good as I do. Shall we dance?
Cinderella didn't need to think twice before she said,
Let's dance. But if I slip on a banana peel, make sure to record it. My social media would love that.
Now, as it turns out, the two of them had such a wonderful time dancing that they lost track of time. And suddenly, the clock began to strike 12.
You must return by midnight, or else! Bada boom!
Sorry, darling. My star power is failing. I have to go.
But darling, what about us? We're trending on social media. Don't make me post a sad emoji. At least give me your account name.
But Cinderella had already run off, losing one of her space boots along the way. Outside the castle walls, Cinderella heard a final stroke of midnight fade away. Suddenly, her dress, her space boots, and her rocket ship all transformed back to their original form, with a loud Cinderella exclaimed,
I wonder if you can eat a pumpkin that you were just riding inside.
And so Cinderella walked home, thinking about everything that had happened that night. The next morning, the prince decided to search for his future princess, and he knew just where to start. Granny's cottage from the Little Red Riding Hood story.
Granny, darling, do you know where my dance partner is? I'm sure you saw all of our fabulous photos on social media last night.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't follow you. But my How to Escape a Big Bad Wolf channel is very popular right now.
But the prince was determined, so he went on his way to search throughout the kingdom. Later that day, Cinderella was cleaning her stepfamily's house when she heard the knock on the door. It was the prince, and he was holding the missing space boot.
I have been searching everywhere on social media and in real life too. If this fits your foot, you will co-star in my upcoming romantic comedy, Two Goats and a Moat. And if you will have me, I will also be your husband.
Cinderella tried on the space boot, and of course, it fit.
Surprisingly, I found someone I love more than myself. My true love.
Me too. See you later, alligators.
So Cinderella and her prince returned to the palace and lived happily ever after. And the moral of the story is, if you ever have the chance to dance in a castle, do it. You never know who you might meet. The end.
Tap the play button to watch the show you made, or tap the new button to make a new story with different choices.